Yes, that's what Mr. Spock said. Vulcans, they don't bluff. And my name is Stan Houston, and I confess at this age and stage, I still go back to that long ago television series and then a movie sequels of many sorts called Star Trek. And the character of Mr. Spock was fascinating, and Vulcans don't bluff. We're going to talk about that, but we're doing it just exactly in the theme for the week is, what does Vulcans don't bluff? And that have to do with SFX and the coming very important celebration of Pentecost. Give me a few minutes today, and perhaps we'll learn something together that we didn't know, and perhaps be encouraged to be something we would like to be. I'm Stan Houston. The Jesus Entrepreneur Experience is on the air, and we're ready to go.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission, to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Yes, of course, and you can find Star Trek and Star Wars stuff all over the internet, so that classic theme was able to pluck right out. You can get just about anything you want if you do the internet. Now, we're here today to continue our theme going up to Pentecost week. Before we do that, I would like to ask you to be thinking about just exactly what we're doing right now. What It Takes Radio is our supplementary company and project in which we're going to help you as Christian entrepreneurs and people all over the world do the things you need to do with the modern media. Video animation, YouTube channels, podcast radio, all of that audio and video material that is now flooding the world. Yeah, flooding, sometimes overwhelming us. But if you want to compete in the marketplace today, you're going to have to learn a little bit about how to do that, if nothing else, to compete with it, perhaps even to co-opt it, and perhaps even to champion it and be your best at it. And we can help you do that. We're here to help you be world-class as a Christian entrepreneur. We want the best for you. Now, here's what we're going to be doing. By the way, we're going to be creating a whole lot of other podcasts in our series, and maybe one of them might be for you. We're going to be doing a whole series of podcasts on how to be a world-class business performance coach. We're going to do a whole series of podcasts on the marketing life, how to market you and your business. We're going to be teaching you the art of personal performance marketing. We call it starring you. And then for those of you who are at my age and stage in life and you want to know how you can perhaps make some extra money, make a contribution, make something that is valuable for younger people, we're simply going to call that the Encore and the Encore Enterprise Entrepreneur Experience. We also have a number of other programs that we will be producing, not only for the Christian Entrepreneur Network, but for other companies, for other people, and for people just like you. We can do that. And I have studied all of the various podcasting books and classes and courses, and I can assure you that we will actually have something new and different. There are things that we know and things we can do and things our team can do that you really won't find anywhere else. And we're not bluffing. let me tell you the story of Vulcans Don't Bluff. And then we'll see if we can wind it around and perhaps make it relevant to our topic in a hopefully entertaining and engaging, but certainly ethical and right way. Something that glorifies what God is about on Pentecost. Here we go. The character of Spock was a massive, original characterization. Leonard Nimoy and what he did and how he created that character. He recently passed away. It was awesome. And, of course, he was one of the favorite characters. And, of course, William Shatner, who is now doing a lot of Priceline and other commercials, was the captain of the Starship Enterprise. And you kind of heard his voice on that fun little introduction. So here we go with that. In one of the scenes, and I kind of recall it, but I was so captivated by the line that I forgot the context. But here it was. A group of people, they were in a contest. It was, I think supposedly they were trying to take over the Enterprise, something like that. And what Spock said, that he then threatened them that if they did this, he would actually blow the ship up, something like that. And again, those of you who actually know, why don't you email me at radioedge77@gmail.com, and you can tell me the whole story. But here's what happened, is he did that, and then it was kind of threatening, and the guy said to Spock, "You're bluffing. You're bluffing." And Spock, in a classic line, said, "Vulcans don't bluff." And there was a pause, and the opposition candidate, the opposition, person there, got it. And then I remember him saying, "I guess they don't. Yeah, I don't imagine they do." Saying, "I got it." Spock was not bluffing. He will do. He's bold enough to do just exactly what he said he was going to do. Vulcans don't bluff. No, I don't imagine they do. There's something bold about that, and that's what I briefly want to talk about today. Now, we're getting closer. I still haven't told you what the SFX means, but I'm giving you a few clues. Pentecost Sunday, specific day. And I hope you've done some research, if you don't already know the story, about this very seminal and specific, and what I would literally say, world-changing event that we celebrate on the coming Sunday. And we do it every year as part of the Christian tradition and the church calendar. Here's where I'm at. What we will discover is that as we go through life, and supposedly Alexander the Great made this statement. We're talking about rather unusual characters who make rather unusual statements. That Alexander the Great, as he tried to conquer the then known world at a quite young age, said, "Fortune favors the bold." Fortune favors the bold. May I just ask you to think about that? Take a pause. We'll Star Trek it again. And then we'll come back and think about being bold. I'm Stan Houston. You can reach me at radioedge77@gmail.com, radioedge77@gmail.com. Hopefully every time you're with me, you'll learn something you don't know and helpful to you. TCENglobal.org is where we hang out, that part of the universe, the galaxy that we are at, TCENglobal.org. And if you would add slash dash add slash contribute now, TCEN or global.org slash contribute now. I would be grateful. And I'm doing the fun thing of just saying, as one of the politicians said, could you spare me $1 to help this go and grow and make it work? So TCENglobal.org slash contribute now. Finally got it right on the third try. I would be grateful. But we will be back. When Jesus stood trial before Pilate, I was overwhelmed by the story. What is truth? Pilate said. Great question. And Jesus had proclaimed, I am the way, I am the truth, I am life. I am the way, I'm truth, I'm life. Who does he think he is? He's bold. When someone said, are you the king of the Jews? The bold man said, you said it. You said it. And finally, even Pilate had to say, behold the man. Not, here's the person, here's the prisoner, here's the suspect, here's the criminal, here's the guy we're going to kill. He said, behold the man. The bold man. I think there's something about what we want in life. You know, PC sometimes means politically correct, but sometimes it just means a political coward. I think there's a part of life where right now we, particularly in our life and spirit and our business, need to start thinking boldly. Be bold. I think that's what God wants for us, that kind of a spiritual power and that emotional resilience, that God's special wisdom, insight, strength, direction, and boldness. One of my prayers right now is, Lord, in many of the situations I'm going through, and I'm going through quite a few, just like you, Lord, make me bold. I don't want to be afraid. I don't want to be scared. I want to be bold. And I'm just going to simply suggest to you that there are probably some things in your life right now that require some boldness. I was talking to a friend, and I just had to remind him in some of his anxiety that, you know, you're good at this. You have something they need. Don't discount yourself. You have some value. They may not recognize it. They may not be aware of it, but I do. And if you think about it, you do. And so as you make your pitch, make your proposal, make your suggestion, make your recommendation, make your challenge, be bold. I have a person who I'm thinking of right now who, as I put forward a proposal to them, and they thought about it, and they came back, and they told me that they are pursuing another course. And I was very kind, thanked them for their time, thanked them for their consideration. May it go well with them and for them. All the best. Remember, a truth told is good but seldom heard. A truth revealed has greater yield, and a truth discovered is best of all, and a truth imposed is no truth at all. Remember that for the rest of your life. I'll repeat it again sometime because I say it all the time. And so I'll have to wait for them to discover the truth themselves. But just maybe, should I be bold enough for their sake, and maybe for mine, to just say, I understand. But would you give me permission to speak boldly? And what I believe truthfully is, that idea of yours won't work. I know. I've done things like that before. It won't work. Learn from my experience, not from your future distress. Lord, should I be bold enough to confront them and challenge them with what I know might even be best for them? I'll be very honest. I don't know. I don't know if I should. And then as we go forward, will I make this happen because I'm bold? Sometimes bold beyond measure, sometimes bold that sounds crazy and feels that way, bold in my faith and in my understanding and trying to seek to do the things that are there. Let's just face it, in this day and age, we need more men and women. We don't expect this of children. It's grown-ups. Be bold. I do know that one man, friend of mine, was given an incredible opportunity to do something that would be incredibly significant and could make a significant difference in his life. And he passed on it. Yeah, it was scary. You would have had to have been bold to jump on it and do it. And he didn't. Makes me feel bad, makes me feel sad, but he wasn't bold. There we are. We're working our way to Pentecost and SFX, and I'm just simply saying, you know what? Spock said, Vulcans don't bluff. And he would have added, be bold. I'm Stan Houston. This is the Jesus Entrepreneur Experience, the Christian Entrepreneur Network. Thanks for being bold with me today. Again, we bring it well under 20 minutes. Here's some bold statements. Take 20 minutes every day to learn something you didn't know or to study something you should know. And in less than a few years, you'll be a world-class expert. And we're hopefully every day, whenever we can, to come into your life as a Christian entrepreneur, as a businessman or woman, as somebody who's a leader in their field, in helping you to have the qualities that made Jesus the master entrepreneur, the Savior of the world. And he says, I want the best and the boldness and the brightest for you too. I'm your friend. Follow me. And that's what it's all about. We wish you best and blessings and boldness. Bye for now.